Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Rebels Radio as we're here on a sunny day here at Arbour Park as this Evo Sticks Southern League clash between Slough Town and Kings Lynn Town is what we will bring you this afternoon. Welcome, everyone, for joining us here at Rebels Radio. This is Rebels Radio. My name is Aid, and we'll give you all of today's goals for you as they go in. And we'll bring you all of the goals from other games as well, and we'll give you the teams as well. And you can get in contact with us here at Rebels Radio. Rebels Radio is brought to you by our two sponsors. They are the Slough Town Supporters Trust, where you can join the Slough Town Supporters Trust if you're here in person. If you go on their website, which is sloughtown-supporterstrust.co.uk, then you can see all the details about the sponsored walk for the last home game of the season, and you can get all the details if you want to sponsor someone, or if you're interested in actually doing the sponsored walk itself. So you go onto the Slough Town Supporters Trust website, and that's all on there for you. Also, our other sponsors are My Football Club, the online football community, and you can get a hold of them by going on... The cameraman just got hit with the ball. Sorry, I shouldn't laugh. But yes, you can... find more about MyFC if you go onto the Pichero website and look under Pichero MyFC, and there you go. So there you go. Just a call out for someone on the Twitter. What do you call that? Tannoy Twitter. Very strange. I don't know. So we will run through the two sides with you for a second. If you would like to get in contact with us, you can do on two ways. You can contact us via the YouTube comments page. You'll be listening in. Good afternoon to Charlie Stock. Will and Jeff Rees are listening. Good afternoon to you guys. So if you're on the YouTube bit there, it comes up as comments, or come through to me and you can have a chat. There'll be other people on, you can have a chat about what's going on today. Oh dear, sorry. And the other way you can contact us is on Twitter. It's at MyFC Rebels Radio. It's all one word, all in lowercase. And we'll give you that as well. We do have our new halftime quiz, which we will give you. We'll also tweet that out as well so that people can have a guess at that, and we'll give you all of the action as it happens. Just some up and coming games for the Rebels coming up on Monday evening. Slough will be away to Hitchin Town, who play at Topfield. That is a Monday evening. That's the 16th of April. That will be a 7:45 kickoff. Their next home game for the Rebels will be on Wednesday evening, where Slough will be at home to the MK Dons in the Berks and Bucks Senior Cup semi-final. We may not be broadcasting a commentary from that game, depending on the number of volunteers and the number of jobs that need to be done here at Arbour Park, but we will tweet that out on the day once we've got through a few things. So those are the coming games for the Rebels, and then Rebels on the Saturday, a week today, make the trip down to Dorchester Town for the away game, and we'll bring you all of the action from that. Just a reminder that there will be highlights from our friends at FC Video, and there will be some goal clips this evening, and the full highlights package will come sometime over the weekend, so look out for those as well. We'll start with the other games in the Southern Premier League this afternoon. We have Basingstoke versus Dunstable, Biggleswade versus Stratford, Bishop Stortford versus Hereford, Chesham versus Gosport Borough, Frome versus Farnborough, Kettering versus Hitchin, Merthyr at home to Kings Langley, St Ives versus Dorchester, St Neots versus Redditch, Tiverton versus Royston, and Weymouth versus Banbury. Give me 2 seconds. So there you go. Those are the up and coming games for the Rebels. Just a quick reminder that there will be that should Slough get into the playoffs, they need 3 points to secure their playoff position. That the playoff semi-final, both games, so they're both one-legged games, but whoever's at home will be on Wednesday evening, which I believe is the 2nd of May, and the playoff final, should Slough get there, will be on the bank holiday Monday. So please be aware, those are the playoff dates should Slough make that. They do just need 3 points here today to guarantee a playoff position, or just 3 points between now and the end of the season to guarantee a playoff position. So there you go, and We'll run through the two sides for you, starting with the home side this afternoon. In goal for Slough is Jack Turner. 2 is Nathan Smart. 3 is George Wells, making his 50th appearance for the Rebels today. Matt Day wears 4. 5 is the captain, Mark Nisbet. 6 is Lee Togwell. 7 is Matt Lench. 8 Scott Davies. 9 Perry Coles. 10 Chris Flood, and 11 is Warren Harris. Substitutes for the Rebels this afternoon are 12 Sean Fraser, 14 Guy Hollis, 15 James Dobson, 16 Harrison Dilks, and 18 is Manny Williams. Yes, please. That'd be great. And for the away side, Kings Lynn Town in goal have Alex Street. 2 Cameron Norman. 3 is Fraser Blake Tracy. 4 is Ryan Fryatt. 5 is Tom Ward. 6 is Dion Frary. 7 is Cameron King. 8 is Ryan Jarvis. 9 is Michael Gash. 10 is Ryan Hawkins. 11 is Simon Lappin. The bar is the Slough fans are just lubricating themselves up there, just in the bar. So it's unusual. They don't normally sing at home. They've already started in the bar already. So it's a bit strange for the Rebels. Someone must have plied them with alcohol before they got here. It wasn't me at all. So there you go. Those are your team. The substitutes, apologies, for Kings Lynn are 12 Toby Hilliard, 14 Craig Parker, 16 is Ian McQuaid. The referee today is Andy Bennett. 2 officials are Chris Williams and Stephen Hawkes. My apologies there for not getting those out there. It's unusual to hear some singing in the bar. Someone must have put some actual alcohol in those pints rather than the watered down ones that I normally pour out for them. So that's the trouble, you see. So there you go. So we're a few minutes away from kick-off. Just a reminder that you can get clips from there'll be gold clips this evening from our friends at FC Video, and there will also be a highlights package released sometime over the weekend. So it's a beautiful sunny day here at Arbour Park, where Slough sitting in 4th, host Kings Lynn, who sit in 2nd. Kings Lynn having a few injury problems, and played on Thursday evening where they beat Kettering Town 2-1, coming from behind. Slough, of course, on Tuesday evening with that game away to Biggleswade, where they took the lead and went 3-0 up at half-time. Biggleswade pulled it back to 3-2. Slough scored a 4th, Biggleswade got a 3rd, and then Slough got a 5th right at the end, and it finished 5-3 to the Rebels. So both sides are in a very good form at the moment. In fact, out of the last 6 games that these teams have played, Kings Lynn have won 5, drawn 1, scored 13 and conceded 4. Slough in their last 6 have won 5, drawn none, lost 1, scored 15, conceding 5. So very close between the two sides here at Arbour Park this afternoon. We're just waiting for the players to come out of the tunnel here, and it's a gorgeous sunny day here at Arbour Park. It's very unusual. We've all been having this horrible, terrible weather that's been coming along, and now we've got a gorgeous day of sunshine. What's going on with this country? It's turning into a really nice day. So there you go. Like I say, if you do want to get in contact with us, you can do. It's on Twitter. It's at MyFC Rebels Radio, all one word, all in lowercase. Or if you're listening via the YouTube, there is a little bit that comes on there that says comments, and it will come through to us here. The two sides are just coming out here with the mascots today. Slough will be in their usual home kit of amber shirts, navy blue shorts, and navy socks. Kings Lynn are in their away kit, which is all red apart from white sleeves and white shoulders, but otherwise it's a red shirt, red shorts and red socks. So those are how the two teams look this evening, and I'll run through the starting 11s for you again for both sides in a second. Just let me make sure that the computer's working. It crashed earlier. So we're going to start with the away side. Kings Lynn Town in their away kit of red shirts with white bits across the top. In goal for them is Alex Street. 2 Cameron Norman. 3 Fraser Blake Tracy. 4 is Ryan Fryatt. 5 Tom Ward. 6 is Dion Frary. 7 is Cameron King. 8 Ryan Jarvis, 9 Michael Gash, 10 Ryan Hawkins and 11 Simon Lappin. For the Rebels in goal is Jack Turner, 2 Nathan Smart, 3 making his 50th appearance for the Rebels is George Wells, 4 Matt Day, 5 Mark Nisbet who's the captain, 6 is Lee Togwell, 7 Matt Lynch, 8 Scott Davies, 9 Perry Coles, 10 Chris Flood and 11 is Warren Harris. The two sides did meet just not that long ago at Kings Lynn Town on a Tuesday evening, where Kings Lynn won that game 1-0 with a goal scored by Tom Ward, and that was all that separated the two sides. But there's a good amount of travelling Kings Lynn fans who have made the journey here, and the referee just calling over the two captains this afternoon. And it's such a nice day for a football match. I'm sure the referee might even have a water break. That's how warm it is here at Arbour Park this afternoon. We may even get a water break. When was the last time you saw that? And there you go. So we're just waiting for the referee just to do the toss of the coin here on that far hand side, and it's going to be just a little quick photo session with the mascots before we get to see who's going which way. And just a quick photo opportunity here for the Slough Town mascots as they come off the pitch. It looks as though Slough will be shooting this first half from right to left, and it also looks like Slough Town will have the kickoff for this first half as we wait for this. Kings Lynn fans in good voice here this afternoon. The small group who have just travelled down, just waiting for the referee, Mr. Bennett, to get this game underway. And just a problem with the linesman here checking something here. It's just a little slight delay, a couple of minutes late of kick-off. As the two sets of sides enjoy a bit of singing banter here. We're just waiting for the referee to get today's game underway here. And he does indeed. And Slough have the ball here with Davies. Plays the ball high up into the air. It's headed away there by Friery. Comes out and hooked on by King. Ball comes in, flicked on by Gash. And Hawkins gets a touch to it. But it's come here to the captain. And just bundled off the ball by Chris Flood. It's a free kick to Kings Lynn Town, just on the halfway line here. To be taken by Cameron Norman. Takes it on the far hand side, and two Slough players clash. It's Smart and Harris, but it's flicked on here by Scott Davies, trying to find Perry Coles. The headers then won back by Ryan Fry, but Davies gets the ball, slips on the ball, and gets a free kick for a foul there, just a few yards inside his own half. And it will be Slough with this free kick, taken quickly by Davies, trying to find Flood. Flood gets up early, gets to Perry Coles, gets in, and Slough have scored in 55 seconds! It's Slough Town 1, Kings Lynn 0. The ball played forwards, flicked on by Chris Flood, and Perry Coles in the goals. He scored here before in 28:55, 1 minute. Perry Coles is scored on 55 seconds. He scored a quicker goal earlier this season on 28 seconds, but today 55 seconds is all it's taken for the Rebels to get in front here. And what a start here at Arbour Park. Slough the lead, 1-0, Perry Coles in the first minute of the game. That was unexpected, and that is kind of what you want, really. That is a heck of a start for the Rebels here this afternoon. And it's Kings Lynn with the ball here on the far hand side with Blake Tracy. Ball headed on here, comes into the centre where Lynch wins the ball. It's going to be won back here by Hawkins. Hawkins turns under a bit of pressure, but Warren Harris tries to get the ball. It's cleared by Nisbet only as far as Friery. In here towards Norman. Norman comes down this near hand side. Lynch with the tackle. Ball falls here for George Wells, who sees the ball out. And it's a goal kick to the Rebels there. Couldn't understand what was going on there, but it's a goal here for Slough, and this goal kick at the moment. Slough leading 1-0, 55 seconds time of that first goal, as Jack Turner takes this goal kick. So drilled on the far hand side, looking for Warren Harris. Harris does well to turn Blake Tracy, finds Coles on the far hand side. Coles beaten to the ball, but it comes out here towards Nathan Smart. Smart plays it down the line for Cole to score the goal. Lovely little ball here, releasing Warren Harris. Harris gets to the cross. He crosses it all the way across. Norman takes it on his chest inside the 6-yard box. Clears, looking for Gash. Gash wins the header. Then it's flicked on well here on the far hand side, but Nisbet will get there first for Slough. Hooks the ball in towards Coles. Coles cushion header finds Scott Davies. Davies will take a touch and spread it out here on the far hand side to Nathan Smart. Smart coming down the right hand side. Crosses early. Headed away there as he stooped away by Ward, and it's won here by Norman. Norman charging through the centre of the field, plays forwards. Nathan Smart gets in front of him, and then it's hooked clear by Matt Day. In fact, Norman has been judged to have fouled Nathan Smart there, and it will be a free kick to Slough, and it's about 5 or 6 feet inside the Slough half. And Slough fans normally very quiet at home are already been singing in well. They're singing well now, and Matt Day to take this free kick for Slough. Inside the centre circle, plays it again, looking for Flood. Flood flicks the ball on again. Cole's trying to get there, but that's well won by the goalkeeper, Street. And he looks to try and get his team on the attack. Coles just stands in front of him to stop the early clearance. And it's Alex Street, the Kings Lynn goalkeeper, with a long kick down the field here, looking for Gash. Gash up against Wells. Wells wins the header, but can't keep it in play. It goes out of play for a throw to Kings Lynn, about 10 yards inside the Slough half. Taken quickly by Norman, and finds on the far hand side King. King wins a free kick for a foul there, and it's a free kick given away by Lee Togwell, and the free kick is 30 yards away from goal, but a couple of feet from the byline here, right by the home dugout if you've ever been to Arbour Park. And it'll be Simon Lappin who will take this free kick. Referee just marking out 10 yards. Lynch has actually gone 10.5, and the referee says he's got to come forwards. You don't often see that at all, do you? Lappin here to take this free kick for Kings Lynn. Their first effort here in this game. Lappin takes the free kick. It's whipped in with pace. Headed away well by Wells. Comes to the edge of the box where Davies plays the ball forwards and finds Coles. Coles turns inside his own half. Leaves it for Lynch. Lynch with the ball down here for Warren Harris to chase, but the goalkeeper comes out for Kings Lynn and wins the ball. Long ball played down. Headed away by Smart towards Lynch. Lynch turns and plays the ball down. Coles beaten to the ball by Fryer. It's left by Togwell for Davies. Oh, lovely ball over the top. Finds Coles. Coles running in down the near hand side. Makes it for the near post. Chris Flood, he can't get it. Still bouncing around. Oh, it's cleared in the end here to Norman. And Kings Lynn just hanging on. That should have been 2. It's just a little bit of some really good defending in the end, but Flood couldn't get the ball. He didn't have any much help. And it's now flicked over on the far hand side for Blake Tracy to bring the ball forwards here for Kings Lynn. Plays it inside towards King, and then finds Fryer on the far hand side. In here towards his centre back partnership, Ward. Looks like Kings Lynn are playing with a 3 at the back here this afternoon with Fryatt, Ward and Fryery. And the ball's here with Fryatt at the far hand side. Plays it down here for Blake Tracy. He's being pressurised by Nathan Smart, and it's been left here with King. King plays the ball in here towards Gash. Gash trying to find Hawkins, but Lynch gets in front. Hurry up and sit down. This ball's played through to Jack Turner, and Turner plays the ball down the field. Flood wins the ball there, but it comes off Flood last, and the referee correctly gives the decision the right way. The linesman, well, he's gone 10 yards, ref. Norman tries to take the throw in a good 10 yards from where the ball went out, and the referee has pulled it back for a throw here to Kings Lynn Town, 10 yards inside their own half, and it'll be Fryery to take the throw. And it's a good long throw here, looking for Gash. Gash chests the ball down here. Lynch gets a touch to it, but comes here towards King. King on the ball, finds a little ball inside here towards Jarvis. Jarvis spreads it to Lappin. Lappin's ball inside, finds Hawkins. Hawkins comes deep to pick the ball up on the edge of the centre circle, and then plays the ball in here for Jarvis to come down the right hand side. Finds Norman. Norman robbed of the ball by Matt Lynch, and Lynch has won the ball back for Slough. Keeps the ball in. Then he gave the ball out. It's out for a throw to Kings Lynn Town. And it's 35 yards away from the Slough goal. It's a goal for Merthyr. They're leading 1-0. Ball flicked back out here towards Norman from King. Norman trying to come inside, finds King. King on the ball in the centre, trying to orchestrate it. Plays it in here towards Lappin. Lappin with a bit of space. Tries the ball in. It's well cut out by Nathan Smart. And the ball's now with Scott Davies for Slough. Looked through the ball over the top for Chris Flood to chase. Flood here up against Fryery. Flood keeps the ball in and then brings the ball in. Crosses first time, looking for Coles. Coles takes a touch and it comes off Ward. And it's good defending by Ward. And it's kept in play by the goalkeeper Street. And it's a throw. He still get the ball in, and he throws the ball out here towards Lappin. And the ball's here with Cameron King, inside towards Jarvis. Norman tries a run down the near hand side, but it's spotted by Slough. The ball played in towards Gash. Gash flicks the ball up into the air, kept in by Lappin, and back here towards Gash, who keeps hold of it. He's playing deep inside his own half and finds Jarvis. Jarvis with his hand bandage finds Norman. Norman under pressure immediately, back in towards Jarvis. Kingsley keeping the ball well here. Ball played in here towards King. King trying to dick the ball in, finding Hawkins, but a challenge by George Wells. The ball spins to the feet of the Slough goalkeeper, Jack Turner. And I can't believe it, the Slough fans are singing all night long. Ball played down here by Wells towards Flood. Flood wins the header and finds Coles. Coles will hold the ball up, looking for an option. Option comes here from Matt Lynch. Lynch in towards Tugwell. Tugwell under pressure, and it's won back by Nisbet. He finds the ball on the far hand side in towards Nathan Smart. Smart bringing the ball forwards here for the Rebels down the right hand side. Leaves it out here for Warren Harris. Harris crosses first time. It comes off Blake Tracy, and it's a corner to the Rebels on the far hand side. And it's Matt Lynch will go across to take this corner for Slough. And again, Matt Day and Mark Nisbet go forwards for this. Matt Lynch will take it on the far hand side. And it's going to be an out-swinging corner here for Slough. And it's on the far hand side on that east side stand. Lynch standing over the ball. And it's whipped in first time, easily cleared by Blake Tracy, but only back far out towards Lynch. And Lynch crosses a second time. Good ball in the box, headed away by Norman. Comes to the 30 yards out where Warren Harris just cushions headed the ball towards Smart. Smart goes back to his goalkeeper. He puts the ball a little bit wide for Turner. Turner has to go wide to get the ball, but plays it down the field, and Lynch underneath it, battling with Ward. Lynch keeps the ball in and looks to hold the ball up on the right hand side, being put under pressure from Blake Tracy. Blake Tracy just pulls him back in. It's a soft free kick on the far hand side, but a free kick to the Rebels, 30 yards away from goal. And Lynch will take it, but it'll be pushed down a little bit closer to the sideline here. Again, Matt Day and Mark Nisbet come forward for this ball. And Lynch to stand over this free kick. All on the 18-yard line here as they wait for this delivery. Ball played into the box. It's headed on by Warren Harris. It's come off the head here, and it will come out towards Scott Davies. Davies lets the ball run out for a throw. Takes it quickly here towards Togwell. Togwell's ball is blocked, and it comes through here to King. Smart wins the ball, but it comes off as King's Lynn played. It comes to Norman down this near hand side. Norman clears down the line. That'll go straight out of play, and it'll be a throw to the Rebels. And it's Slough will just take it a little bit quickly here with George Wells finding Nathan Smart. Smart just fingering at centre back here while Mark Nisbet comes back into position. Ball with Matt Day. Day just under pressure here from King. Chips the ball over the top, looking for the run of Coles. Coles chases this ball into the corner flag. Keeps it in on the far hand side. Up here against Ward. Holds the ball up here towards Lynch. Lynch plays it in first time. Oh, and Street gathers it at a second attempt. And he was quite lucky there wasn't a Slough player just within a couple of feet vicinity there. He spilled the shot from Matt Lynch there, but grabbed it at the second attempt before anyone else could get close to it. But Slough starting this first half on good form. Here is this long ball down the field. It will come all the way through to Nisbet. Nisbet's clearance is poor though, and it's played forward by Jarvis over the top, and Hawkins gets in towards goal. It's a great save by Jack Turner from Ryan Hawkins, but some good play down the right hand side. Get behind the Slough defence, and It was Hawkins, just level with the 6-yard box, shoots across the goal, but Jack Turner was equal to it. And it's out for a corner on the far hand side for Kings Lynn Town. It'll be taken by the number 11 Lappin. And the referee just watching a bit of pushing and shoving on the goalkeeper. Lappin's corner comes in, headed away well by Matt Day. It'll come here though towards Norman. And Norman's got time to take a touch through, tries to find Gash on this far hand side. Gash under pressure from Nathan Smart. Smart wins the ball but can't keep it in play. Goes out of play for a throw to Kings Lynn Town down this near hand side, 30 yards away from goal. And our computer's a little bit slow this afternoon. Quick throw comes in though here from Kings Lynn Town in towards Friary, spread across by Ward towards Friat, and then in towards Cameron King. Plays the ball forwards, and Gash goes down under the challenge of Mark Nisbet, but it's all the way through to the goalkeeper Turner, and Turner just kicks it straight down the field. It's gone all the way through to the goalkeeper for Kings Lynn Town Street. Rolled out here to path of Ryan Jarvis. Jarvis turns halfway inside his own half, and he's looking for an option. Slough just trying to ease off the ball here. It comes out on the far hand side to Lappin. Lappin closed down by Coles. Coles chases it back here with Fryer, and the ball's here with Ward. Inside towards Jarvis. Jarvis orchestrating the play. Plays a good ball in here towards King. King inside the Slough half turns and looking to try and play the ball through. Cut out well by Togwell. It's here with Nathan Smart. Smart just goes to the side of Blake Tracy and plays the ball in here towards Warren Harris. Harris with a bit of space finds Coles. Coles holds the ball up well for the Rebels and then binds Scott Davies. Davies plays it along the path into the path of George Wells, the left back. He's got Matt Lynch on his outside but finds Coles. Coles just turns into trouble there and Lappin wins the ball back for Kings Lynn. And then it's here with the goalkeeper Street, and he plays it across here towards Frary. Frary with the ball down this right hand side, cuts back inside towards Tom Ward, and Ward trying to bring the ball out. We'll cut across here towards Friat, and it's Kings Lynn keeping the ball here with Blake Tracy on the far hand side. So they're just putting bodies in the way. They're quite happy to let and Friat's just pulled up there. He's just no one near him. I think he's just got a thing. He's just indicating ball thing. Anyway, ball play forwards here looking for Gash. Gash on the edge of the Slough 18-yard box. Turns, holds the ball up. Lovely little ball in here towards 10. It's an equaliser for Kings Lynn. It comes from Cameron King on 15 minutes. The ball played forwards by Gash. Played again behind the defence. Turner comes out to try and get the ball. But King just slips the ball underneath him. It's an equaliser for Kings Lynn. Slough 1, Kings Lynn 1. The goal coming on 15 minutes. And Slough again beaten by a ball behind their defence. And it's 1-1 here in this clash between the top 5. It looks like there may be a substitution early here for Friat, who pulled up in that build-up play. And you will see the first substitution of the day, and it will be Ryan Friat coming off. And if you could turn around, I could see your number. It's going to be replaced by Toby Hilliard. So the substitution for Kings Lynn just after that goal is Friat off, Hilliard on. And that's due to Friat just picking up an injury. No one near him when he picked up his injury. He just got the ball caught in between his feet, and as he played the ball across to his centre back partner, he just pulled up there, but Kings Lynn didn't care. They went straight down the end and scored. And the ball with the kick off here for Slough with Davies out towards Smart towards Warren Harris down the right hand side, cuts back here towards Smart under pressure and plays it back towards Turner being forced backwards here by Slough, and Kings Lynn chase him down, but he's played the ball forwards. And Warren Harris tries to win the head. It comes off Blake Tracy last, but it must have come off the back of Warren Harris. It said it's a throw to Kings Lynn, 5 yards away from the halfway line, inside their own half. And that's the first time that Kings Lynn have scored away to Slough in their previous fixtures, as Blake Tracy plays the ball forwards, but he catches it on the outside foot, goes out of play for a throw to the Rebels. So that's the first time that Kings Lynn have scored. They've only played Slough away twice, and Slough won both of those games. It's the first time that Kings Lynn has scored, and it's come here with Matt Day for Slough plays it back towards Turner. Turner plays the ball down the field. Coles gets a little pull back there. Norman tries to head it across and gets it back towards his goalkeeper under pressure from Matt Lynch. And balls with the goalkeeper. Annick Street just drops the ball at his feet and plays the ball down the field. Here looking for Gash. Well won by George Wells. Comes here towards Norman. Looks like Kings Lynn have gone to a 4-4-2. Ball played forwards for Hilliard, who looks like he's partner in Ryan Gash up front, Michael Gash up front. And the ball's here with Jack Turner, who rolls the ball out into the path of Smart. Smart with the ball down the field towards Flood. Flood's ball takes a deflection off and comes here towards Warren Harris from a pass from Scott Davies. Warren Harris 25 yards away from the goal, keeps hold of the ball and gives it here towards Nathan Smart. Smart back in, and a crunching tackle there by Dion Frary on Warren Harris. It's a free kick to the Rebels, and I think Frary has gone to the left side of the back four of the two centre backs for Kingston. He's just been spoken to by the referee. They just go straight through Warren Harris, and Dorchester are leading away to St Ives 2-0. And it's going to be Scott Davies to take this free kick for the Rebels. 25 yards away, tipped over the goal there by Street, and it came from Scott Davies, he looked like a cross, but was tipped over the bar. And it's out for a corner here to Slough. And it's Matt Lynch to take it. It's going to be an in-swinging corner for Slough to take. And Lynch tries to take this one. Whips it into the far post. Everyone's disappeared. Mark Nisbet can't get the ball in, can he? No, it's out of play for a goal kick. So, excellent start here between the two sides, with Slough scoring after 55 seconds from Perry Coles. Equaliser coming from Cameron King on 15 minutes. And it's 1-1 here at Arbour Park. We will try and give you some scores from around the other games in the Southern Premier League for you. Just bear with me as we wait for Street to take this goal kick for Kings Lynn. And up to game, aim towards Gash. Wells just wins the header there, but can't keep the ball in place. Out of play for a throw to Kings Lynn. 15 yards inside the Slough half. In the games in the Southern Premier League, it's Basingstoke 0, Dunstable 0, Biggleswade 0, Stratford 0, Bishop Stortford 0, Hereford 0. It's Chesham 1, Gosport 0. And the ball comes down this near hand side to Norman. Norman up against Matt Lynch, just holds and turns, trying to create a bit of space to try and get across him, but still Lynch just stands there with him. Norman goes towards the corner flag, tries to go past him, it goes out of play for a goal kick. And I think the Kings Lynn players thought that came off Matt Lynch, and Lappin's just going to be spoken to by the referee. He's going to call the captain over as well. In the other game, in the Southern Premier League, it's Shroom 0, Farnborough 0, Kittering 1, Hitchin 0, Merthyr 1, Kings Langley 0. It's St Ives 0, Dorchester 2, St Neots 1, Redditch 0, Tiverton 1, Royston 0, Weymouth 0, Banbury 0. Those are your latest scores from the Southern Premier League. And the game will restart with this goal kick for Slough, taken by Turner, aimed on the far hand side, looking for Warren Harris, beaten to the ball by Blake Tracy, and it comes off Blake Tracy last. It will be a throw to Slough, and it's 10 yards inside the Kings Lynn Town half. And Nathan Smart will take the throw on the far hand side, finds Scott Davies. Davies just plays the ball back here towards Matt Day. But they've been closed down by the substitute Hilliard, comes off Hilliard, and it will be a throw to Slough. And they take it quickly here, finding Nathan Smart. Ball in towards Davies. Davies immediately plays the ball across here towards George Wells, who's got a little bit of time, and finds Matt Lynch on the left hand side. Lynch comes back in towards Wells. Wells chipping the ball down here, looking for the run of Coles. Coles is he was in an offside position, came back onside, and then ran for the ball. So therefore it's a free kick for offside against Perry Coles. So coming up to 22 minutes gone here at Arbour Park. It's Slough 1, Kings Lynn 1. And it's a glorious day for football, and we're seeing a glorious game of football here. And a free kick taken by the goalkeeper Street on the far hand side. Gash does well to flick the ball on, but he's adjudged to have fouled, and it's a free kick to Slough 5 yards outside of their penalty area. Jack Turner, all dressed in white, will take this free kick for Slough, aimed towards Warren Harris. Harris does well to control the ball on the far hand side, up against Blake Tracy. Tracy wins the ball and finds Lappin. Lappin's ball inside finds Hawkins. Hawkins on the edge of the halfway line, running with the ball, travels 30 odd yards. It's a good run by him, but Scott Davis has tracked it and come back to clear for Slough, and he hoofs the ball long down the field, and it's out of play for a throw to Kings Lynn. Good work down the side there by Ryan Hawkins. And it'll be a throw to Kings Lynn, halfway inside the Slough Town half. It's Blake Tracy to take the throw on the far side. He's just looking for a bit of movement. And it comes from Lappin. Lappin just cushions the ball back to Blake Tracy, who crosses here, finding Norman on this near hand side. Norman's got acres of space to run into. Lynch has come across. Norman crosses first time. It's gone all the way through. There's a push on the back on Nathan Smart by Gash, and that'll be a free kick to the Rebels. It's just literally the same as a goal kick. It's inside the 6-yard box, so it's almost the same. It is in fact almost a goal kick. It is a goal kick, and the referee just having a final word with Gash, who's just had a couple of silly little niggly fouls that he's given away, and it's going to start with a goal kick. Good afternoon to Neil Humphrey, Derek Baldwin, Vinnie Ryan, Alex Brown. As a long ball played here by Turn, looking for Lynch over the head of them and go straight out of play for a throw to the visitors. And Norman will take this throw. And his throw's aimed at Gash. Gash tried to chest it down. It's intercepted by Lynch, but the referee says it's a foul by Slough, by George Wells. And a free kick here to Kings Lynn Town, 35 yards away from the Slough goal. Lappin will come across to take this free kick. And Lappin will take this with his left foot, so there was some defending to do. Forward go Ward and Friary for this free kick to be taken in. It's played in towards the far hand side. Up against it is Gash, who again pushes, but it's an easy take by Jack Turner in the Slough goal. And Turner tries to get Perry Coles down that far hand side. Blake Tracy comes across to keep the ball, but he can't keep it in. It's gone out of play for a throw to the Rebels on the far hand side. So it's Slough with the throw, taken quickly, and they find Lynch on this left hand side. He's got Wells on the overlap and finds Wells. Wells here up against Norman, crosses first time. The ball's deflected and comes out here towards Hawkins. And Hawkins on the attack. Davies will get a yellow card for that challenge, I'm sure, as he brings Hawkins down. And I think that's commonly known as taking one for the team there. As Hawkins was flying, he had Hilliard and Gash in front of him there. But it'll be the first yellow card of the game to Scott Davies. And just waiting for the referee to finally flash the card at him. And it'll be a free kick here for Kings Lynn. 10 foot inside the Slough half. Cameron Norman will be the player that takes it. And don't forget, we will have a half-time quiz as well for you to participate in. We'll tweet that out as well. Norman to take this free kick, takes it quickly in towards Jarvis, gets the ball back here 10 yards further, crosses the ball in, takes a deflection, bounces around. Day clears under pressure inside his own box. Ball comes over the head of Norman, and it's seen out of play by Cameron Norman for a throw to Kings Lynn Town. And it's again about 15 yards inside the Slough half. Norman will take the throw himself in towards Lappin. Lappin closed down by Coles. Coles does well to win the ball. Catches Lappin as well, and it's a free kick to Kings Lynn. And this one's about 5 yards inside the Slough half. Perry Cole's the player to give that free kick away. And Norman will be the player that takes this free kick for Kings Lynn. And again, both Friary and Ward have gone forwards for this free kick. It's taken by Norman. Goalkeeper comes and claims it and catches it at the second attempt. A bit of a basketball alley-oop there, as he had one hand on it. But Turner grabs it with his second hand just as it bounces and tries to get the ball over the top. It's gone all the way through to Street in the Kings Lynn goal, and Turner immediately apologises to the managers for that wasteful ball forward. Street though throws the ball out here towards Jarvis. Jarvis under pressure from Coles but can turn across his 18-yard box, urging his team to go forwards. And plays the ball in here towards Hawkins. Hawkins trying to find King, but it's intercepted by George Wells. Wells cuts inside the challenge, still has the ball and finds Davies. Davies under pressure, turns past Lappin, and then brings the ball forwards. He's got Warren Harris on the outside and finds Harris down that near hand side. Harris has to work to do, crosses in first time. Nathan Smart tries to get there. It's cleared by Kings Lynn up here towards Hawkins. And Hawkins eventually finds King, scorer of the equalising goal. Then finds Norman, who surges forwards here for Kings Lynn Town. Runs into player. Hawkins has had the ball taken off him, and Slough have won the ball back with Nisbet finding Chris Flood. Flood now finds Lynch on this left hand side. Lynch cuts back inside, plays it here towards Wells. Wells under pressure, or goes back to his goalkeeper, puts Turner under a little bit of a thing there. He puts it to the wrong side, but in the end Turner clears on the long, looking for Warren Harris. Comes off the head of Blake Tracy. It'll be a throw to Slough on the far hand side. 28 minutes gone, still Slough 1, Kings Lynn 1. And Nathan Smart will have this throw for the Rebels. 5 yards inside the Kings Lynn Town half, just waiting for a bit of movement to come in. As his throw comes in, looking for Chris Flood. Chris Flood trying to hold the ball up there. Lappin wins the ball back, he runs straight into Flood, but it's here with Blake Tracy, who clears down the field. And Dave volleys the ball back out of play down the field. It'll be a throw to Kings Lynn Town, 5 yards inside their own half. Blake Tracy will be the player that goes across to take it for the visitors. And still hasn't thrown the ball in yet. And in fact goes back to Fryery, who plays the ball across here to Ward. Ward then spreads it to the right back Norman. Norman plays it back towards Ward. It's being kept here by Kings Lynn Town. Played forwards here to the now left back Blake Tracy. He chips the ball forward, looking for the run of Hilliard. Hilliard gets hold of the ball, but is control. He wins it at the second attempt and plays it backwards here towards Blake Tracy. Blake Tracy coming forwards here, crosses on the far hand side, looking for Gash. Gash rises at the back post, and is it a goal? It's an offside against Kings Lynn. They've got the ball in the back of the net, and it was Gash who headed the ball across, and King again who got the ball back in the back of the net. And King's going to be spoken to. He's going to get a yellow card, actually. Who's getting it? Gash or... It's Michael Gash actually gets the yellow card on 30 minutes for... I guess that's for a dissent. He headed the ball across goal. King on the far-hand side at the back post put the ball into the net. But the linesman flagged for offside. It doesn't count. And the reaction by Michael Gash gets him a yellow card. So it's 1-1 in goals and 1-1 in yellow cards here this afternoon. And the game will restart with a free kick for Slough inside their own 6-yard box. And Turner will be the player that takes this free kick for Slough. Looking for Lynch on this near hand side. Comes off the head of Lynch. It will be a throw to Kings Lynn Town. And it will be Norman that will take the throw. Right by the away dugout here. Just being told by the referee to not gain any more yards. Plays the ball in. Gash trying to flick it on to Hilliard. Hilliard holds the ball up, but Wells has it nicked off him by Gash. Gash trying to turn inside, runs into Lynch, and Lynch wins the ball back for Slough. Plays it forwards here towards Coles. Coles just skips a couple of challenges, tries to gets a lucky ricochet. The ball falls on the far hand side to Warren Harris, who keeps the ball in. He's got Nathan Smart behind him if he's got an overlap, but plays it in here towards Togwell. Togwell on the edge of the box trying to find Coles. It's hooked clear by King. Ball stays in play, and Matt Day will be underneath it for Slough, and plays it in here towards Mark Nisbet. Nisbet has the ball inside the centre circle, spreads it here towards Lynch. Lynch on the left hand side, up here against Norman. Needs a little bit of help, and plays it in here towards Coles. Coles on the edge of the box, trying to create a bit for himself. Holds the ball up well, hits it straight at Lynch, and Lynch can't get out of the way, and it comes out of play for a throw. And Norman just being told again to take it from the right position, and it'll be a throw for Kings Lynn Town, level with their 18-yard box. And it's Norman to take the throw. Eventually. And plays it in looking for Gash. Gash pushes Lynch off the ball and then wins the ball and finds King. King under pressure can play the ball out here towards Furry. Furry has the ball on the left hand side, plays it back across his 18-yard box towards Tom Ward. Ward has plenty of time on the ball and finds Norman. Norman back towards Ward. And Slough happy to let the centre back have the ball here as he looks to chip that ball forwards again, looking for Gash. Gash beaten to the ball by Nisbet, comes out here towards Nathan Smart, who allows the ball, comes down in towards Scott Davies. Davies chipping the ball forwards, looking for Coles. Coles will try and get into that one. Norman puts his body in the way. The two of them entangle, and the referee says that Coles uses his arms. It's a free kick to Kings Lynn, taken quickly by Street in towards Jarvis. Jarvis plays it out here towards Lappin. Lappin comes to the halfway line, chips the ball forwards, looking for the run of Hilliard. Hilliard will be offside, and that'll be a free kick to the Rebels, 25 yards away from their own goal. And the Kings Lynn fans behind the goal are having a go at the linesman, saying that how can that be offside when he's in line and they're behind the goal? But that is what football fans do. And I'm sure the Slough fans will be doing exactly the same when the next time that Slough get caught offside. It's a free kick here for the Rebels. Jack Turner will take it. And it's taken quickly here towards Nathan Smart. Smart will go all the way back towards Turner. Turner being chased down by Hilliard. Plays the ball forwards here. Headed away by Ward. Ball high up in the air. Won by Davies, but it's one back here with Kings Lynn Town. Togwell trying to chase the ball down. It goes towards the goalkeeper Street, who clears the ball long. Gash underneath it. Tries to chest the ball down. And comes off Matt Lynch last. It came off Matt Lynch last, but it's a throw to Slough. And Gash can't believe it. He's got to be careful because he's already been booked for what I could gather would be dissent or persistent fouling. If he carries on with that attitude when the thing goes, he's liable to see a second yellow card. He's just got to calm himself down. Ball played forward by Nathan Smart. Hooked clear by Ferrari. That has gone, hit the school barrier on the far hand side. And it'll be a throw to the Rebels on the far hand side. Coming up to 35 minutes gone. 1-1 here at Arbour Park. And it's a throw for Slough. 10 yards inside the Kings Lynn half, taken by Smart in towards Matt Day. Matt Day being closed down by Gash. Plays the ball out here towards Lynch. Lynch takes it down on his chest on the halfway line. He's got George Wells in front of him if he needs him. Comes down and finds Wells. Wells will cross first time. Hits it with something. And Street watches that. Just looked like it was going to creep over his head as he was backpedaling there, but he does well to hold the ball and finds Jarvis with the throw. Jarvis under pressure from Coles. Togwell will close down as well. Finds Blake Tracy on the far hand side. He looks for the ball over here, looking for Hilliard. Nathan Smart will try and shield it. Hilliard does really well to win the ball. Stops it from going out for a goal kick, and the ball's here with Hawkins. Hawkins on the edge of the box finds King. King being forced back here by Davies in towards Jarvis. Jarvis finds Lappin. Lappin spreads it immediately here towards Norman. Norman's got a bit of space here on the right hand side. Crosses into the box, headed away by Day. Comes through where Warren Harris adds the extra clearance on. Coles tries to get there. Lappin played away. Comes towards Coles. Coles takes the touch, wins the ball. Finds Chris Flood in towards Togwell. So now playing good football inside their own half with Warren Harris. Plays the ball here for Flood. Flood's on the floor, wins the ball and then taken off him by Fryatt. And the ball here with Lappin. Lappin trying to look for the run from Gash. Gash will try and keep that in, but Matt Day comes across, wins the ball, but can't keep it in play. And it's out for a throw to Kingston Town, level with the 18-yard box of the Slough half. Blake Tracy is the player that comes across to take it. And it'll be a throw for the visitors. And he's, I don't know what he's waiting for. He's still waiting. Quick throw in towards Lappin. Well won by Togwell, but comes off Togwell last. It'll be a throw to Kings Lynn Town. They'll just be a couple of yards further back from where they took the other one. And again, Blake Tracy is the player to take this throw. Throws it in here towards Lappin. Lappin trying to find Blake Tracy. Blake Tracy's got the ball, trying to dig himself out and finds Gash on the far hand side. Edgy on the tram line of the 18-yard box. Back out here towards Blake Tracy. In towards Lappin. Lappin with a chance to cross first time. Goes over the head of everyone. Comes here towards Norman, the right back, who's got plenty of space. Hits a hard ball in. What a block by Martin Nisbet it was from Ryan Hawkins. It's been cleared by Slough, and Wells Clears the ball out for Slough, and another good chance for Kings Lynn Town. Slough on the back foot here at the moment. And it will be Norman to take this throw. Great defensive block by Mark Nisbet, almost on the line there, blocking that shot from coming in. And the ball must have taken a deflection off a Kings Lynn Town player because it's a throw to the Rebels. Taken quickly by Wells in towards Togwell. Togwell now finds Nathan Smart, who can stretch his legs and travels 30-40 yards with the ball. Ball played in looking for Warren Harris. Blake Tracy will just see that ball out. There's good defending by the left back there on the far hand side. And we're into the final 8 minutes of the first half. It's still 1-1 here between the two sides. And Kings Lynn having the better of the last 10 minutes here. And it'll be a goal kick for Kings Lynn Town, taken by the goalkeeper Alex Street. Played forwards here. Mark Nisbet with almost a free header, but it's won by Gash and finds Hilliard. Hilliard finds the ball into Hawkins. Hawkins takes he does really well to create the space for a shot, but unfortunately his shot is high and over the top of the bar. But good play to make the space in the first place. Kettering are 2-0 up in their game at home to Hitchin. And it's a goal kick which Jack Turner will take for Slough. And it will be aimed here towards Chris Flood. Flood up here against Ward. Comes off the head of Flood. Coles will get a lucky spin of the ball. Comes in towards Lynch. Lynch tries to get into the box, but it's seen out by Friary, and it's a goal kick to Kings Lynn Town. And the Slough fans have gone a bit quiet. They're all heading to the bar. And it's Street will get the game back underway with this goal kick. And takes it here again, aimed towards Gash. Gash up against George Wells. Gash wins the little flick on, finds Hilliard in towards King. King robbed of the ball by Togwell. It's here with George Wells. Wells chipping the ball over to find Warren Harris. Harris got a bit of space to run into here. He's got Nathan Smart again running down behind him as well if he needs him. Ball with Warren Harris. Crosses first time into the box looking for Flood. Oh, he got up really well and headed it past the goal. Flood thinks it came off the head of Fryer. It's a great leap by Chris Flood. Just aiming for the top corner, but a little bit wide of the goal, and it's out for a goal kick. And Slough's first real attack of any note in the last 10 minutes. As the queue for the bar gets longer and longer. It's 5 minutes of the first half left. Still 1-1 here at Arbour Park. As Street looks to take the goal kick from the centre of his goal. Aimed again here towards Gash. Gash up against, it's run in and hits Gash on the face. Ball comes in, Nisbet tries to get it off him. Davies in the end clears, plays it straight away, looking for Coles. Coles trying to get past Growan. Gets a touch in again, gets past the goalkeeper, finds Chris Flood, takes a touch inside, going to shoot. Oh, great defending by Friary. What a great bit of defending by the Kings Lynn Town player. Slough trying to walk it into the net. And it's Friary who gets there back in the end to clear the ball. Great block by him. Ball play forwards by Turner. Friary heads the ball away here for Kings Lynn. Togwell wins the header. Harris tries to keep the ball in, but it's gone out of play. Coles and Flood, each of them took a turn. Neither of them wanted to shoot, and when Flood did finally shoot, it's a fantastic sliding tackle by Friary, who blocks the shot on goal. Ball here now with Jarvis. Jarvis trying to orchestrate the play. Nisbet with a sliding tackle to get the ball. Lynch will try and keep the ball in on his far hand side. Can't do it. And it's a throw to Kings Lynn Town here. And Slough will need to take those chances if they're going to win here today. It's a throw here for Kings Lynn. 5 or 6 yards away from the corner flag. And Norman will be the player that comes across to take this throw for the visitors. Taken quickly here towards King. Score of the equalising goal for Kings Lynn. Back in towards King. Oh, King skips past the challenge of King has the ball. So running across. Gets a shot in. It's taken a slight deflection. And Nisbet sees it back into the arms of Jack Turner. Good block on the shot from Matt Lynch there. And the ball here with Jack Turner, who rolls the ball out here for George Wells. Wells has some time to play it on the far hand side, leaving for Warren Harris. Can't take it in his stride. Can he keep the ball in? No, he can't. Good idea by Slough, but Warren Harris can't keep it in. It's a throw to Kings Lynn Town on the far hand side. And It's Blake Tracy to take this throw. And he's level with his own 18-yard box. Gains a few yards, doesn't take the throw. Still hasn't taken the throw. And when he does, he tries to find Gash. Gash chests the ball down and plays it backwards here towards Norman. He gets to Norman in the end. And Norman, the right back, trying to chip the ball forwards for the run of Hilliard. Wells comes across, gets a little push in the back. But it's play on. And the ball comes in towards Hawkins. Oh, he forgets the ball. And Slough looking for a free kick while Kings Lynn wanted to play on. Quick though, kick here down by Jack Turner. Finds Chris Flood. Flood level the 18-yard box. He's got Perry Coles on near hand. Back in towards Flood. Flood releases Lynch down this left-hand side. Lynch gets a chance to cross. Chips it in. Palmed away by them. Scott Davies trying to get there. He can't do it. And it's Blake Tracy who brings the ball out. Slides in and gets to a thing there. Wins the ball. Davies is down injured. Ball's here with Hawkins. Hawkins here, plays it in towards Norman on the overlap. Travelled 50 yards to get to the ball as Norman. Up here against Nisbet. Davies still down injured for Slough. Ball blocked by Slough. And the confusion was that Davies had gone sliding to get the ball, but Blake Tracy had slid in to get the ball first. And he won the ball, did the left back, but then caught Davies afterwards. Just a collision as nothing could be done about it. And Davies still down injured here at the moment. Slowly gets to his feet and hobbles on. And it'll be a throw to Kings Lynn Town. 20 yards away go from the Slough Town corner flag. And Norman will be the player that takes this throw. Slough need to just make sure they're in defensively. Comes here towards Hilliard. Gives the ball back here towards Norman. Norman trying to turn, wins a free kick for a foul by George Wells. And we're into the final minute of normal time here. It's a free kick for Kings Lynn. And Simon Lappin again is the player that comes across to take this one. 20 yards away from the Slough goal, right by the sideline here. And a chance for Kings Lynn to grab a goal just before half time in front of their own fans on the far side. And Lynch is a one-man wall for the Rebels. And Lappin just signalling where he wants people to run to. And takes this free kick. It's deep on the far hand side. Punched away by Jack Turner. And he'll go out of play for a throw on the far side. Couple of feet away from the corner flag. And Kings Lynn will wait for Blake Tracy. There's 2 minutes of added time on here to be added. We're into that 2 minutes now. Blake Tracy to take the throw into Lappin. Lappin turns, finds Blake Tracy on the overlap. Pulls the ball back only as far as Togwell. And Togwell gives it towards Davies to clear for Slough. And a good ball by him finds Chris Flood. Flood holds the ball up here. Needs a bit of help. Help comes from Matt Lynch. Lynch, central position, running with the ball. Just ran straight into it and wins a free kick for a foul by Ryan Hawkins. Hawkins not impressed with the referee's decision, but he just blocked the run. I don't think obstruction was allowed. I think they called it something else, but basically it was obstruction. And it's Slough with a free kick here, 35 yards away from goal. Lynch to take it, and Slough send forwards Matt Day and Mark Nisbet. And just a one-man wall for Kings Lynn Town here just before half-time. We're into the last minute of the added time here. Lynch with this free kick for Slough. Flips it into the far post. Oh, Flood was washing the ball. It had just too much on it. It's out of play for a goal kick to Kings Lynn. 1-1 here in less than a minute ago. This first half added on time. And it's the goalkeeper Street to take this for Kings Lynn, and got about 30 seconds of this first half left. Plays the long ball down here, looking for Gash. Gash wins the flick on. Day gets there first for Slough. Plays Lynch, who hoofs the ball down the field. Underneath it's Friery. Flood wins the header and pines it into the path of Warren Harris. Harris will keep the ball in on the right hand side. Again, Nathan Smart urged to come forwards. Ball's here with Harris. Hits it straight at Blake Tracy, and the ball played forward by Hawkins in towards Hilliard. Finds King. King's got Norman on the overlap on this near hand side. Shows him that way but cuts inside. King still with the ball. 30 yards away from goal. Takes a putt from distance. Oh, what a goal that is by Cameron King! As Slough let him have the ball from 30 yards. He gets his second of the game on 45 plus 2. He just looked up, aimed towards the top corner and put it into the back of the net. Kings Lynn Town take the lead in injury time in the first half, and Cameron King has his second of the game here this afternoon and puts him on to 5 goals for the season, and that is one hell of a goal to score. And most of the Slough fans were in the bar missing it, and Slough will have to come back from behind here. And you can see the management team of Slough just saying that no one closed King down, and Davis goes for a shot from the goal kick, but it's taken by the goalkeeper Streets, and it will be easily, as soon as he takes it, doesn't need to take it, it's half time here at Arbour Park, and that stunning goal by Cameron King means that Slough have the lead. Slough are behind here, and it's a goal by Cameron King that separates the two sides. He's got 2 here, as you can just see Ryan Fryatt hobbling off here. Kings Lynn Town with some injury worries. They've had 3 subs brought here today. They've already used one for Ryan Fryatt, who hobbles off. But it's Kings Lynn Town with the lead here. Slough take the lead on 55 seconds through Perry Coles, and then an equaliser by Cameron King as he slid the ball under the outcoming Jack Turner, and then that cracking goal by Cameron King on 45 plus 2 minutes means it's Kings Lynn with the lead here, and Slough will be disappointed with how easy they gave that goal away. And I'll give you some of the half-time scores for you in a second when we find it. We've also got our half-time quiz question as well, and we're just going to try and tweet that out at the same time as reading it out, so we'll do that for you again. Up and coming games for the Rebels are on Monday. Slough away to Hitchin Town, as the Kings Lynn fans in good voice here. So for those of you who are listening, I'm going to tweet this out as well, and what we want you to do, today's half-time quiz, is can you name the top 6 players who have missed the most number of penalties in the history of the Premier League. So we want you to name the top 6 players who have missed penalties in the Premier League by number. So the Kings Lynn fans right by our heads here as we try and do that. So I want to name the top 6 players who have missed the most penalties. That's by a number, not percentage, in the Premier League. Just trying to tweet that out at the same time. The Premier League. Trying to tweet and do this is very hard. So there you go. Your half-time quiz. Name the 6 players, the top 6 players who have missed the most number of penalties in the Premier League. And that's by the number that they've missed, not the not percentage. So who've missed the most in number. So there you go. That's your half-time quiz, which I've just tweeted out for you. So contact us over on Twitter or via the Matchday chat to give us the answers to the quiz there for half-time. We'll try and find you the half-time scores for you as well. Let's just see what we can find for you. It's St Ives 1, Dorchester 2. We're just going to see if we can find those half times for you. Let's see if we can find that for you. See if we can give you those half-time scores. We'll keep you updated with those bits as they go on. So let's just have a look. Well, just seeing what else we can find for you on. We're just waiting for the half-time scores to come through. So let's just see what we've got. Just waiting for more to come through here at the moment while you ponder the half-time quiz. Let's see if we can find those half-time scores for you if they come through yet. Just bear with us. We are just trying to listen to a conversation going on behind us. There's someone just gets in our nerves. Let's just see if we can. Let's see if we can find your half-time scores for you. Just a reminder: Slough are away to Hitchin Town on Monday, the 16th of April. They will then be at home on the 18th of April to Berks and Bucks Cup for MK Dons. That's a home game for the Rebels on Wednesday, the 18th of April. We're trying to find the half-time scores for you. Let's have a look at what we can find. We're still here. We're just trying to find the half-time scores for you. They haven't come through yet here at the moment. Just bear with us. So far we've got is Froome 1, Froome 1, Farnborough 0, Kettering 2, Hitchin 0. Got St Ives 1, Dorchester 2, St Neots 1, Redditch 1. Sorry, St Neots 2, Redditch 1, Tiverton 1, Royston 1. It's just very noisy behind us here at the bar area. Oh, gee. Right, so just trying to find you the half-time scores for you. Let's just see if we can find you that. Let's just try to see if we can get you the half-time scores. They haven't come through yet at the moment, not confirmed. It's almost like 4 o'clock. There we go, half-time scores for you. There we go, we got it. We got there in the end, like British Rail used to be. Okay, so it's Basingstoke 0, Dunstable 0, Biggleswade 1, Stratford 0, Bishop Stortford 0, Hereford 0, Chesham 1, Gosport Borough 0, Froome 1, Farnborough 0, Kettering 2, Hitchin 0, Merthyr 3, Kings Langley 0, St Ives 1, Dorchester 2, St Neots 2, Redditch 1, Tiverton 1, Royston 1, and Weymouth 1, Banbury 1. Those are your half-time scores. And there you go. Just read it out now. Just read it out now. And there you go. You've just you're going to see that. Oh, blimey. There you go. So those are the half-time scores. Like I say, if you do want to get in contact with us, you can contact us on Twitter at MyFC Rebels Radio. Also, if you're listening via the chat, you can do that as well and come through to our quiz question, half-time quiz, which are the top 6 players who have missed the most penalties by number in the Premier League. So Will Reese is having a go. He's got 2. Well done, Will. You need 4 more. You're in the right direction as well. and I can tell you that of those players who've missed the most, one is still a current player. So I did a bit of a clue there for you. So you see if anyone else can ever work out on that. And it's Kings Lynn with the lead here at Arbour Park. Slough took the lead on 55 seconds through Perry Coles, who had the ball played through to him and placed it underneath the advancing goalkeeper to give Slough the lead. The equaliser came from Kings Lynn Town's number 7, Cameron King, who almost like a copycat of the Slough goal, got behind the front line and played it past the advancing goalkeeper. And then on 45 plus 2 minutes, Kings Lynn took the lead. Again, Cameron King was the player. Given too much time on the ball, and from 30 yards out, he just hit the ball into the top corner. Not with a lot of pace, but positioned into the top corner to give the very good. A couple of Kings Lynn fans listening, thank you very much for that. Will Reese has got one more. So you've got 3 so far, Will. Maybe Mr. Danny Reid, who's listening, you would like to go over our half-time quiz. The top 6 players who have missed the most penalties in the Premier League history. You've got Wayne Rooney is one that Will Reese has got. He's missed 11 out of 34. Stephen Gerrard is on there in 4th place. Michael Owen is in 6th place. So you're missing numbers 2, 3 and 5. Wayne Rooney was the current player who was the person that missed the penalty. So you're looking for 3 non-current players. Now when I did the quiz, I couldn't get one of them. The other 2, without giving you too much away, but as we are going to come up to the start of the second half very soon, I can tell you that all of the players are English and are all very, very well known. So there you go. And it's very noisy here at Arbour. We haven't had an attendance figure here today, but there's been a good number of Kings Lynn fans have made the journey down. And I believe that their coach actually broke down on the way here, and they had to get a replacement coach. So they maybe not had the best day travelling, but they're having a good day here at the moment. And it's a little bit quieter here as the bar. Thankfully someone shut the door, which is really good, because it's quite loud. But there you go. So some of the games are already underway for the start of the second half. That's how far behind we are here at Arbour Park. And it's just going to wait a few more minutes. I can just see the injured Kings Lynn Town player Michael Cloonan down here at the front of the thing of the stand, just enjoying the sunshine as some of the Slough players start to come out for the start of the second half. They have some work to do here as they're behind. Oh, apologies there, just yawned. Not that the game's boring or anything, but there you go. Looks like everyone's got their beers at half time. And we're just waiting for the players and stuff to come out for the start of the second half. I will give you the answer to the half-time quiz just before the second half starts. There's good healthy attendance here by the looks of it. Not been told yet, but there you go. We'll just see if we can find you some half-time scores from some other games while we wait for everyone to come out for the start of the second half here. We won't give you the Premier League because I know that a lot of you like to watch Match of the Day. But in the Sky Bet Championship, it's Barnsley 1, Bolton 0, Burton 2, Derby County 1. Fulham Brentford is the 5:30 kickoff. It's Hull 0, Sheffield Wednesday 1, Middlesbrough 1, Bristol City 1, Norwich 0, Cardiff 0, Forest 0, Ipswich 1, QPR 1, Preston 1, Reading 1, Sunderland 0, and an early kickoff was Sheffield United 1, Millwall 1. In the Sky Bet League 1, it's Blackpool 0, Fleetwood 0, Bristol Rovers 0, Blackburn Rovers 0, Bury 1, Northampton 2, Charlton 0, Scunthorpe 1, MK Dons 1, Dorchester 0. Sorry, Dorchester Doncaster. Just promoted them a few leagues, but they won't mind that. Oldham 1, Gillingham 0, Oxford United 2, Southend 0, Peterborough 0, Rochdale 1, Plymouth 0, Portsmouth 0, Walsall 2, AFC Wimbledon 0, and Wigan 0, Rotherham 0. In the League 2, it's Accrington Stanley 1, Exeter 1, Cheltenham 0, Forest Green Rovers 1. Full-time score was Chesterfield 0, Mansfield 1. It's Colchester 1, Notts County 0, Crawley 1, Coventry 1, Grimsby 1, Barnet 0, Luton 2, Crewe 1, Morecambe 1, Carlisle 1, Newport County 2, Swindon 0, Port Vale 0, Lincoln 0, Stevenage 0, Cambridge United 0, and Yeovil 0, Wickham Wanderers 0. Those are your half-time scores. The Slough players are out for the start of the second half here. So we'll just see if anyone else has had a go at our half-time quiz. And I'll give you the answers to that. Will Rees has got another one. It wasn't John Terry, but Frank Lampard is on there. As the sides start to come out, I will give you those top 6 players who have missed the most penalties in the Premier League. 1 is Wayne Rooney. 2 is Alan Shearer, who missed 11 out of 67. 3, and the one that I didn't get, was Teddy Sheringham. 4 is Steven Gerrard. 5 is Frank Lampard, and you're missing one. Number 6 was Michael Owen. So there you go. That's the answer to our half-time quiz. We're waiting for the start of the second half here. I'm just looking to see if there are any changes between the two sides. Doesn't look like it at the moment. We're just waiting for a couple more players to come out. So that will mean the starting 11s for the sides for Slough is Jack Turner in goal, 2 Nathan Smart, 3 George Wells, 4 Matt Day, 5 is Mark Nisbet the captain, 6 Lee Togwell, 7 Matt Lynch, 8 Scott Davies, 9 Perry Coles, 10 Chris Flood, 11 Warren Harris. For Kings Lynn, it's Alex Street in goal, 2 Cameron Norman, 3 Fraser Blake Tracy, 5 is Tom Ward, 6 Dion Friary, 7 is Cameron King, 8 Ryan Jarvis, 9 is Michael Gash, 10 Ryan Hawkins, 11 is 11 is Simon Lampin, and 12 is Toby Hilliard. So loud. We're waiting for the second half to start here. Kings Lynn have it, and Slough will be shooting from left to right. Ball played out, looking for Gash, but it's gone straight out of play and out for a throw to the Rebels. And Kettering have already scored another goal, so they're 3-0 up now at home to Hitchin. Ball here with Mark Nisbet for Slough, finds George Wells. Inside here towards Lee Togwell. Togwell will chip the ball into the path of Nathan Smart. Smart takes the ball down, plays it in here towards Flood. Smart gets the ball back and finds Coles. Coles' ball was a bit hard at him, but it's here with Chris Flood. And Flood chips the ball in. Slough have a shot, it's blocked by Perry Coles. Comes out here towards Togwell, who puts it over the bar. Just stand in the way. Why not? It's so much easier. So Togwell with a chance there. Coles had a chance. He hit his own player. I think Coles' shot hit Warren Harris. It was goal bound, but the ball ricocheted to Togwell, and Togwell's shot went wide and high over the top of the bar. It's the goalkeeper Street to take the goal kick here to get the game back underway. And it's played forwards here, and it's chested down by Gash into the path of Jarvis. Jarvis's ball over the top, headed away by Nisbet, and first to the ball is King, and he plays it out here to Cameron Norman, who chips the ball down. Wells will come across to clear the ball and clears it long, but it goes out of play for a throw to Kings Lynn on the halfway mark. And it'll be Norman to take the throw for the visitors. Long throw in, looking for Hilliard, whose head is cushioned, and finds King. Trying to find Hilliard on the far hand side. Nisbet comes across to clear for Slough, and Flood tries to flick the ball on into the path of Warren Harris, but Ferrari's there for Kings Lynn, does really well, and then plays the ball here for King, who's in an advanced position here. Spreads it out here to Hawkins. Hawkins well tackled by Nathan Smart. Smart can bring the ball out here for the Rebels down this near hand side, trying to find Warren Harris. Harris gets it down this right hand side. Blake Tracy comes across to hold him up, gets into the corner, hits his cross straight at Blake Tracy, and then it's smashed clear in the end by Lappin, and then it's headed away by Matt Day. Lappin then puts more on it. Lynch calls for the ball. It comes off Matt Day's back and finds Scott Davies. Davies has hit it straight at Ryan Hawkins and out of play for a throw to Slough. Nathan Smart will take this throw and finds Warren Harris. Harris holding the ball up here, up against Blake Tracy, trying to turn. Blake Tracy wins the ball and finds Hawkins in towards Hilliard. Hilliard trying to find Gash. Well, win the ball back with Mark Nisbet, and he goes all the way back towards his goalkeeper, Jack Turner. He picks the ball up with his feet on the edge of his area, plays it over the top, looking for the run of Coles, but Blake Tracy gets a touch to it and goes out of play for a throw to the Rebels. It's 25 yards south. Warren Harris tries to chest it, but with Blake Tracy at his back, it goes out of play for a throw to the visitors, Kings Lynn Town, who lead here 2-1. As Blake Tracy plays the ball in. Warren Harris wins ahead. He flips on by Togwell, finding Flood. Flood's beaten to the ball by Ward, and Blake Tracy plays the ball down the line, but it goes out of play, and it'll be a throw to the Rebels inside the Kings Lynn Town half. And it'll be Nathan Smart to take it. It's actually going to be on the halfway line. Quick throw in here towards Day. Day spreads it on the far hand side towards Nisbet. Nisbet under pressure from Hilliard finds Day, and Day goes back towards his goalkeeper Turner. Turner again being chased down by Hilliard, and then plays the ball long here looking for Coles. Coles beaten to the ball by Fryer. Ball comes out here towards King, scorer of the 2 goals for the opposition here. Chips the ball down the field looking for the run of Hilliard, but Nisbet will get there first and plays it in here towards George Wells. Wells just skips the challenge of King, then chips the ball down the line looking for Coles. Fryer comes across, Ward comes across with a header, and comes in towards Norman. Norman finds Lappin. Lappin's ball given away. It's intercepted well by oh my word, his name's here, Scott Davies. Scott Davies runs with the ball down his near hand side, finds Nathan Smart. Smart holds the ball up and finds Davies. Davies crosses first time, goes and tries to put a bit of dip on it, but it goes out of play, and that's out for a goal kick to Kings Lynn Town. And the second half, it's going to be Street to take this goal kick to get the game back underway. And looking on the far hand side for Gash, it's free header though for Davies, and then Warren Harris flicks the header on, cooked clear by Fryery in towards King. King trying to find Hilliard. Day takes the ball up in the air, then heads the ball away from his own play. It comes here towards Gash. Gash will hold the ball up here and finds the left back Blake Tracy. Chips the ball down the line looking for the run of Hilliard, hooked clear by Matt Day in towards Togwell. Togwell finds Davies. Davies plays a little ball in and tries to find Warren Harris, but Lappin with the slide-in challenge wins the ball. But Davies tries to take it quickly. Ball comes in towards Flood. Flood has the ball, comes down the near-hand side, still running with the ball, just runs into Fryery, but tries to win the ball, keeps it and finds Scott Davies. Davies with the ball here. Crosses it on the far-hand side to George Wells. Wells has got Matt Lynch on the outside of him, but cuts inside, takes a shot with his right foot, and it's a bit of a daisy cutter and goes wide of the goal for a goal kick. And it's going to be Street to take this goal kick, the Kings Lynn Town goalkeeper. And it's a little bit quieter here as Street takes this long kick here, again aimed towards Gash, comes over the head of both of them. It's Matt Day with the clearance. His clearance hits Nathan Smart, and then it's back here towards Turner. Turner with a long kick into this beautiful blue sky here. It's headed away by Fryery into the Togwell though. Togwell controls the ball and finds George Wells on the left hand side. Wells has time to bring the ball forwards, cuts inside past King, and then finds Togwell. Togwell stretches and gets the ball towards Davies. Davies chips the ball, finding Warren Harris. Harris is passed towards Nathan Smart. It's not the best, and Nathan Smart's had to hold the ball and goes all the way back to Jack Turner. Kings Lynn Town putting pressure on the Slough players when they have the ball. Ball's here with Mark Nisbet on the far hand side. Finds Wells. Wells crosses first time. It's a good ball. Flood takes a touch. Gets a chance. There's a great save. Finds Coles. He misses. The ball still bouncing around in the penalty area, and then Street saves it. What a great save that is by the goalkeeper. It's a double save by him. He saves really well from Chris Flood. The first time the ball flickers around inside the box, and it fell to Coles. He couldn't get the shot away. It was blocked by Street again, And the goalkeeper is up on his feet. It's a good save by the goalkeeper. And kicks the ball long. Here looking for Hilliard. He does well to flick the ball on. And Wells comes across to head the ball home for Slough towards Jack Turner, who plays the ball out here looking for Warren Harris. Harris rises high. Comes off the head of Warren Harris last. It's a throw to the visitors, Kings Lynn. And it's halfway inside the Kings Lynn Town half. And it's Blake Tracy with this throw. Aimed again towards Gash. Headed away by Warren Harris, but the ball will come straight out of play. It's another throw to Kings Lynn Town. They gained about 5 yards on that. Kings Lynn have gone, Kettering have gone 4-0 up. Ball's headed on by Nathan Smart. Togwell wins the ball. Connects it down here towards Davis. Davis spreads it out looking for Wells. Wells being chased down by King. Plays the ball forwards high into the sunny sky. Volleyed away by Ward. It hits Matt Lynch and comes out towards Jarvis. Jarvis just a little bit deep. Plays a chip ball forwards for Hilliard. Hilliard trying to cushion the ball into the path of Cameron King, but it's won by Davies in towards Warren Harris. Harris skips past one challenge and loses the ball to Hawkins, but Hawkins plays it straight out of play for a throw to Slough. And it's going to be a throw from Nathan Smart towards Matt Day. Day here just chipping the ball forward. It's gone straight out of play for a throw to Kings Lynn. And the throw is about 20 yards away from the Kings Lynn Town goal. Blake Tracy, the left back, to take this. And his throw, finding Gash, who comes deep to win the ball. But Lynch has won it off him here for Slough. Comes down his near hand side. Lappin comes diving in. Lappin has committed the foul, but Lappin's gone down injured here. And Kings Lynn Town not having much luck with injuries. Lappin looks like he's going to try and shrug it off and continue. The Slough fans making a lot of noise one side, the Kings Lynn Town fans on the other side making it's a great atmosphere here at Arbour Park. And Lynch to take this free kick as Lynch takes this free kick hanging in the air, straight underneath it, gets a punch on it. It's flicked on by King and goes out of play for a throw to Slough. And taken quickly by Slough with Wells. Wells chips the ball in. It's one back though on the far hand side by Cameron Norman. Runs down the near hand side, and Norman is adjudged to have fouled Lee Togwell. I would have said it was the opposite way round, but it's a free kick to Slough. George Wells wants to take it a little bit too far away from where it happened, and he'll just wait for some players to get into position. Ball played straight across here towards Nathan Smart, the right back, bringing the ball forwards 15 yards. Then crosses first time. Oh, it's too close to the goalkeeper, Street, and Street will just wait for Chris Flood to come along before picking the ball up. And it's Street that rolls the ball out here into the path of Jarvis. Jarvis spreads it to Ferrari. Goes back across to his goalkeeper, Street. Looks like the Kings Lynn are happy to keep the ball across their back four line. Ball now with Ward on the far right hand side, just gently jogging forward with it. Comes forward. Coles tries to chase it down. Plays the ball down and gives the ball away though towards Wells. Wells goes back towards the goalkeeper Turner, all dressed in white apart from blue sleeves today. As he looks up to play the ball forward, looking for Chris Flood. Flood will try and head the ball on. It comes off Blake Tracy last. The linesman didn't actually see where the ball had gone, and he relied on the referee who didn't know what was going on. It's a throw to Slough. Ball's here with Matt Day, and again he's closed down. The ball comes back here towards Togwell. Togwell playing the ball forward, looking for Harris. Comes here through to Lynch. Lynch will keep the ball in on this right hand side, trying to make a bit of space to try and get across in. Finds Nathan Smart. Smart's ball in is blocked by Hilliard. Comes up here towards Gash. Gash shrugged off the ball by Day. Comes out and finds Hawkins. Gash has gone down on the field of play here, and the referee's going to stop that. I've got a funny feeling that he actually ran into his own player Lappin, which is why both of them have gone down injured. I think they literally just ran into each other. Lappin's just coming to his knees down, but Gash is down on the floor. and holding his head, which is why the referee has stopped the game. And just an accidental clash between the two Kings Lynn Town players. And Lappin is up on his feet. He's fine. Gash is still down getting some treatment here. And Gash slowly gets to his feet here. And has been escorted off the pitch here by the Kings Lynn Town physio. And it looks like he's just got a whack on the jaw there, judging by the way he's holding his jawline. So Slough, I believe, are going to kick the ball back, or we're not going to see a contested drop ball, surely. No, we're not. Slough are going to kick the ball back towards the goalkeeper street. And it's the ball here with the Kings Lynn Town goalkeeper. And just drops the ball inside his penalty area and plays the ball forward. Looking for Gash. Gash up against Smart. Smart wins the first header. Then Warren Harris has clumped into it. Ball's come through in the end here towards Nisbet. And Nisbet skips a couple of challenges. Plays the ball on the far hand side. But gives the ball away here. And the ball's here with Norman for Kings Lynn Town. Coming down the right hand side. Lynch has had to come across. Ball inside here towards Jarvis. Jarvis then finds King on a hat-trick here for Kings Lynn. Ball on the far hand side towards Norman. Kings Lynn happy to just keep hold of the ball a little bit. In here from Jarvis towards King. The two players just keeping hold of the ball here at the moment for the team in red, who are in the lead here 2-1. Ball won back by Slough, and it's here with Lynch. Lynch has just wasted that ball by kicking it a bit too. Looking for a run from a player that didn't actually come. Flood's going to have to chase the ball down. It's played out by the goalkeeper to Friary, who's popped up on the right hand side of the two centre backs. Ball's here now with King being chased down by Coles. Friary goes back towards Ward, and they'll play it across here towards Blake Tracy. Blake Tracy with the ball here inside towards Jarvis, back out towards Blake Tracy. Slough need to up the tempo. Ball in here looking for Hawkins, but Jack Turner comes to the edge of his box and claims, then rolls the ball out here towards George Wells, who comes forward. Looks like there'll be a substitution for the Rebels with Dobson being the player introduced. Ball here with Perry Coles. Finds Davies. Davies in here towards Togwell. Togwell has got Nathan Smart. Smart's got a bit of space here to get a cross in here and gets a good cross in. Comes through to leave by Flood. Oh, and it's volleyed by Lynch. It's just over the top of the bar. And it'll be the first substitution of the day for the Rebels. Coming off is Warren Harris. Coming on is James Dobson, and that is James Dobson's 150th appearance for the Rebels this evening. And in those 149 previous games, he scored 46 goals. Slough will be looking for him to score a 47th. Here, as Dobson comes onto the pitch here, Warren Harris is the player that comes off. Looks like Dobson will go to the left-hand side, and Matt Lynch will come to the right-hand side, with Slough still playing 4-4-2. It will be 15 minutes of the second half. Ball played forward. It's going to be kept in by Gash, but he can't keep hold of it. You're going to see substitution for Kings Lynn, but the ball's been taken as the shush. Ball played forwards down the far hand side here for Dobson to chase. It's gone out of play off Friary for a corner. The Kings Lynn manager wants to make a substitution, but he's voiced his disapproval of the linesman and used some language which wasn't appropriate. But the substitution will be Lappin off, who has been struggling with an injury, and coming on is Craig Parker for Kings Lynn, and that substitution on 62 minutes. So Lappin is the player. They're not taking Lappin off, actually, for some strange reason. I thought it was Lappin that was coming off. They don't actually have a board up here. It looks like it's King, the goal scorer of the 2 goals. It's Cameron King who's been replaced. Simon Lappin is on, sorry. So it's Cameron King scored the 2 goals for Kings Lynn, who's come off, and Craig Parker as the player comes on. My apologies there, but it's Lappin that came over, and then they must have just changed their minds. But a long kick from the free kick by Street comes out here, headed away by Nisbet towards Hawkins, and then first touch for Parker, the substitute, who gets the ball out here towards Norman. Norman skips past one challenge, ball inside here towards Hawkins, who turns on the far hand side, keeps hold of the ball with Togwell in assistance here towards Cameron Norman, inside back in towards Hawkins, plays the ball in for Cameron Norman to chase the ball onto. He's looking for a penalty for a foul by Scott Davies, but the referee says nothing of it, and it's a goal kick for Slough, which they take quickly, and Jack Turner tries to find Dobson, but it hits it straight out of play over the head of Dobson, and Slough did have numbers there, but unfortunately the ball was just overhit there. We've played 18 minutes of the second half. It's still Slough Town 1, Kings Lynn 2. All the goals coming in the first half. As the ball is played in here, looking for Gash. It's George Wells who heads it away, gets a second chance to head away, but the ball's gone out of play for a throw on the far hand side. And it looks like Slough will be warming up a couple of other substitutes as well. And it's going to be a throw on the far hand side from Norman to take. 25 yards away from the Slough goal, in towards Parker, gets the ball back from Parker, runs straight into Dobson, but Norman barges past his challenge, plays the ball in. It's gone all the way across the goal, and it was Hilliard in there. He couldn't get a touch to it for Kings Lynn. 2 Slough players trying to guide the ball away, and Turner watches it go all the way across his 6-yard box and the side of his goal. It's gone out for a goal kick to Slough. Turner takes it and chips the ball here towards George Wells. Wells has got a bit of space now to bring the ball forwards here for Slough. And it comes down this left-hand side, up against Parker. Still has the ball. Gets across in, hits Norman, goes out of play for a throw to Slough. It's taken quickly. The ball comes in, and Street under pressure does well to grab the ball. And it's a good take by the Kings Lynn Town goalkeeper. And has the ball in his hands. And it's just drops the ball on the edge of his area, plays the ball down the field here, looking for Gash. Gash flicking the ball on, trying to find Hilliard. Nisbet's there for Slough to win the ball, but it's Hawkins chasing across the back 4. He's chased down Day, then chases down Smart, and then Slough play it back with Lynch towards the goalkeeper, and he in turn finds Smart down this near hand side, in towards Lynch. Slough playing some lovely one-touch football until Scott Davies treads on the ball, gives it away to Hilliard. And Hilliard finds Parker. Parker gives the ball towards Lappin. Lappin comes inside, goes all the way back to Ward, who's in the centre circle. Plays the ball on the far hand side, finds Norman, who keeps the ball in well. And crosses first time, but it's a cross that's too long in between the players and the goal. It goes out of play for a goal kick to the Rebels. Still plenty of time left. 20 minutes gone of this second half. And Jack Turner to take this goal kick for the Rebels on this far hand side. And looking on the far hand side towards Dobson. Dobson trying to get to the ball. Norman wins the header and he finds Hilliard. Hilliard pokes the ball in looking for Hawkins. Jack Turner's come out. He plays it across and Gash has missed an open goal. Some superb defending by Nathan Smart. Gash was 2 yards out and steered the ball past the outside of the goal with a gaping goals aimer. Ball played forward here by Slough, looking for the run of Coles. Blake Tracy with the clearance, and Gash finally got to his feet. And you'll see a second substitution for the Rebels in a minute. And 2 balls on the pitch is why we've got a stoppage. Slough take it quickly with the throw. Finds Davies, who spreads the ball over to the left-hand side for Wells. Wells chips the ball into the box. Flood rises highest. It's a great... it's just on top of the edge of the bar. It's on the top netting of the goal there. Great header by Chris Flood, who out-jumped Fryer. Why do I keep calling him Fryer? It's Ward, sorry. And you're going to see a second substitution. Coming off is Scott Davies. Coming on is Harrison Gilks. Substitution halfway through the second half here on 67 minutes. And it will start with a goal kick for Street. The attendance here today is 822. 67. And Harrison Gilks coming on here for Slough. Scott Davies is the player that's come off. Slough fans trying to generate a bit of noise behind that goal. But as it is, it's Kings Lynn with the 2-1 lead here at the moment. All the goals in the first half. And long kick here by Street, trying to find Gash. It's headed away by Day. Hit into Hilliard and finds Gash, who takes a shot from 35 yards. But it's well wide of the goal. While Slough were appealing for a handball. But it's gone out of play for a goal kick to the Rebels. And finally the atmosphere just subsides a little bit here at Arbour Park. It's been quite a loud and noisy game here. As Turner looks to take this goal kick and plays it long down the centre of the field. Flood will try and get there first to the flick on. Gets a touch to it. It's cleared by Lappin, who'd come back. In from Nisbet with the header away. And Lynch will keep the ball in on the far hand side. Turn past Parker, but just couldn't keep the ball in play. And goes out of play for a throw to Kings Lynn Town. And it's a throw on the far hand side by Norman, trying to find Hilliard. Hilliard flicks the header on, but it goes straight towards Jack Turner in the Slough goal. And Turner looks to kick the ball long, trying to find Chris Flood on this far hand side. Flood flicks the ball on, trying to find Gilks, but he's adjudged to put a hand in the back of Lappin, and it's a free kick to Kings Lynn Town. About 10 yards inside their own half. They're going to leave it for the goalkeeper Street to take this kick. And it's Street, all dressed in green. And just wonder if Slough will make a third and final substitution in a minute. Long ball here by Street. Again looking for Gash on the far hand side. Nisbet wins the header. And Dobson tries to keep it in on the far hand side. Just uses his body, but can't keep it in play. It's gone out of play for a throw to Kings Lynn Town. Level with the Slough Town 18-yard box on the far hand side. Cameron Norman will be the player who goes across to take this. And its throw comes in looking for Gash. It's hooked clear by Wells, but only as far as Lappin, whose cushioned header finds Jarvis. Jarvis under pressure from Lynch, being forced backwards and goes all the way back towards Ward. Ward helps it onto his goalkeeper. Coles chases it down, but Street's there to clear the ball. Matt Day wins the header only as far as Lappin. Lappin brings the ball down and goes back to the goalkeeper again. And Coles will chase again on his far hand side. And Coles, he gets there first and blocks the ball. But it does go out of play for a throw to Kings Lynn, but deep inside their own half now. And it's Blake Tracy to take this throw for the visitors here, a couple of yards away from his corner flag. And he looks for Gash, and Gash flicks the ball on. And there was a foul there, but Matt Day wins the ball and gives it towards Gilks. Gilks plays a little 1-2. Gets to the edge of the box. Oh, just forgot to take the ball with him in that last bit. Ball play forwards here towards Hawkins. Hawkins up against Nisbet. Hawkins does well to skip past and runs wide on the far hand side. Jules Wells comes across and shoulder barges him off the ball and gives away a cheap free kick for the visitors there. Wells should have just let him run past. And Wells was going to get a yellow card for that challenge. So they played 26 minutes of this second half. Still Slough Town 1, Kings Lynn 2. All the action's been in the first half, but Kings Lynn have had the better chances of the second half. And Michael Gash missing that open goal to really seal the lead here for Kings Lynn Town, but missed from 2 yards. And now it's a free kick here for Kings Lynn Town, 35 yards away from the goal. Norman is the player that comes across to take this. And he's just waiting for Jarvis to come short for him. And Norman whips the ball in with some pace, headed away by Matt Day, but heads it across his own 6-yard box. Wells then flicks it on, and then Dobson helps the ball along. It'll come here towards Friery, who plays the ball down, but it's all the way down towards Jack Turner, and it's gone straight out of play for a goal kick. And Slough may be looking to make a third and final substitution here in a second. They take the kick short here towards Nisbet. Nisbet chips in towards Wells. Sold Wells short, and Norman comes in to get the ball, but he tries to control it on the volley. It goes straight out of play for a throw to the Rebels. Taken quickly towards Lynch. Lynch immediately under pressure from Hilliard. Puts the ball towards Nisbet. Nisbet plays it here towards Togwell. Togwell turns and clears the ball, but only as far as Parker. Parker just turns in towards Jarvis, gets the ball back and finds Norman on the far hand side. Norman shits the ball in with a lot of pace, headed away by Matt Day, goes straight out of play for a corner to the visitors Kings Lynn. And Slough just a little bit subdued going forwards here, and they've had some chances. They've not been clear apart from one really good save by the goalkeeper Street, and it's been an excellent game of football here. Lappin is the player that goes across to take this corner for Kings Lynn. And looks like Manny Williams will be the player that will be coming on to Slough. Definitely going for trying to get back into this game. Lappin takes the cross. It's well claimed by Jack Turner there. And Turner looking to throw the ball out. He's giving the ball here towards Dobson. He's got George Wells with him. Plays the ball in here towards Coles. Coles turns and opens his body. Finds Chris Flood. Slough got numbers in the box here. Chris Flood comes down his near hand side. He crosses it. Hits the crossbar. Hooked away in the end by Jarvis. The ball still playing in play. Slough will let the ball go out of play for a corner. And it is a corner here to the Rebels. Chris Flood hitting the bar there with a cross at the near post. Street maybe would have had it covered, but it's a corner to Slough on the far hand side. Lynch is the player that goes to take it, and Nisbet and Day come forwards for Slough. Jukes is on the goalkeeper, and the ball comes into the far hand side, punched away by Street. It'll come out here towards Nathan Smart, who takes a touch to the right and plays the ball down here towards Perry Coles. Coles chips the ball into the far post, headed away well by Ward. Ball still bouncing around in the box, comes through here towards Lappin, who smashes that ball clear for Kings Lynn Town. It'll come all the way out here towards Togwell. Togwell's the last man back apart from the Slough goalkeeper. In here towards Lynch. Lynch spreads the ball across here to the right back. Smart with a bit of space here to try and pick a pass out. Finds Coles on the edge of the box. Coles just holding the ball up. He's got Lynch on the overlap here. Finds Lynch. Lynch finds Matt Day, who's still forwards from the free kick. Finds in Lynch down this near hand side. Lynch crosses. It's come off Blake Tracy for a throw to the Rebels. And Matt Day will come across to take this throw. So I think you're going to get a long throw into the box here for Slough. And it's going to be a long throw into the box. Ball bouncing around, comes around, headed away, and then headed away again by Parker. Togwell will try and keep it alive for the Rebels. Gets to the ball first, and it's ball here with George Wells. Now with a bit of spell of play here. Spreads it across here towards Smart. In towards Day. He's playing almost as the right back. Plays the ball down the line here for Dobson. Dobson appearing on the right hand side. Cuts the ball back in on his left hand side. Does a couple of little skip overs. Crosses the ball to the back post. Player goes down in the box under a push, but the referee says nothing coming. Flo will try and keep the ball in on the far hand side. Touch comes off Norman. It's a throw to the Rebels. Good afternoon to Tequila Shark and Derek Baldwin. Wants to know what the score is. In case I haven't told you, Slough 1, Kings Lynn 2. Ball spread out here towards Matt Day. Day just evades a challenge and then crosses. Hand went up there, but it's been blocked, and it comes out here towards Hawkins, who wins the ball and finds Lappin. Lappin back into the path of Hawkins. And Hawkins taken down by Matt Day, and that could well be a second a yellow card here for a third yellow card. And it's going to be the last thing that Matt Day sees. He's going to be substituted anyway, and Manny Williams is coming on. So I would guess that Nathan Smart may play centre back. And Slough going for it now with Lynch Coles, Flood, Dobson, Jilks and Williams on. And Tequila Sharks wants me to say something one more time, but I'm not going to. I'm trying not to anyway. Now that you've said it, I'm going to try not to say it. Manny Williams is on for the Rebels. It'll be a free kick here though for Kings Lynn Town. And Lappin will be the player to take it. A couple of yards inside his own half. Plays it in. Gash jumps up. Nesbitt wins the header and wins the second header. Dobson then flicks on and finds Williams. Williams balled a little bit behind, but Matt Lynch has won it back and finds Dobson in the centre. Dobson running with the ball. Evades a couple of challenges. Got Jilks on his outside. Trying to play it in towards Coles. It's cut out by Lappin, but Coles, he's not off sidelines. When you are ridiculous. The ball was played. Coles has come from an offside position, but he's chasing down a player. The ball hasn't been played forwards. It's crazy. It's a free kick though to Kings Lynn Town. The goalkeeper comes out to the edge of his area to take this one, and it's the goalkeeper street to take this kick. Free kick here for Kings Lynn, leading 2-1 here the visitors. Ball played in. Gash jumps high and adjudged to have fouled, and I'd hate to think the number of times that Gash has fouled or adjudged to have fouled here. We've got 12 minutes left of this second half. Ball played forwards looking for Flood. Comes here towards Jilks. Jilks on the right hand side. Trying to run past a couple of players. Still has the ball. Still holds the ball up. But gets a touch off Kings Lynn player. It'll be a throw to the Rebels. Slough fans making a lot of noise. Quick throw comes in here towards Togwell. Togwell leaves it for Smart. Smart finds Manny Williams. Williams on the edge of the box. Trying to find Jilks. Jilks gets to the byline. Up here against Blake Tracy. Hits it at him. And Slough have a corner. And this time Dobson will go across to take the corner. It's going to be an in-swinging corner for the Rebels. Nisbet and Smart have gone forwards. George Wells is the only player back here for Slough. He's the furthest back for the Rebels. We'll give you the latest scores as well in a second. Slough have scored! It is! Oh, he hasn't scored. We're going to see, because Slough got the ball in the back of the net. Shush. We're just going to see what's going on here. But Slough got the ball in the back of the net from the corner. The ball's played in. It's got a touch in. And it looks like the linesman is possibly saying that it's come from a hand. Let's just see what he's going to give. It's going to give a handball for Dobson. Dobson's put the ball in the back of the net with his hand. And the goal has been disallowed. And Dobson has got a yellow card for deliberate handball, I would guess. And that is what it is. The goal has been disallowed, and Dobson has got a yellow card for deliberate handball, I would. And it's Street who takes the goal kick. Headed away by Smart. Flicked on here, but comes back towards Smart. Smart just slips, and Gash will chase it down. Two Slough players come down. It's gone out for a goal kick to the Rebels. Still Slough Town 1, Kings Lynn 2. And Jack Turner to take the goal kick for Slough. And a long kick by him, aimed here towards Flood. Flood flicking the ball on, comes towards Lappin. Lappin's ball forward, but only as far as Togwell. Togwell heads the ball on and finds Lynch. Lynch has the ball back here towards Togwell. Togwell chips the ball forwards here. Not a Slough player gone for it. Blake Tracy hooks the ball out of play. It's a throw to the Rebels. Take it quickly here with Lynch. In towards Jilks, gives it back towards Lynch. Lynch crosses to the far hand side. Slough just see the ball out. It's gone out. It's been seen out by Cameron Norman on the far hand side. It's a throw to Kings Lynn Town on the far hand side. 10 yards from their corner flag. And Norman is the player that goes across to take it. Both teams have had a goal disallowed in this match. Ball played forwards. Comes off the head of Togwell and comes all the way back here towards Nisbet, who finds Nathan Smart. So now playing with almost a back three now here at the moment. Smart running with the ball here. Runs 30, 40 yards. Still running. Plays it in here towards Jilks. Looks like Lappin's almost playing as a second left back. Ball's been crossed in. Comes in and tries to find Coles. Coles tries to turn. Ball bouncing around. It looks clear in the end by Lappin. And Gash trying to win the header here. It's won by Slough with a throw. Gash with the ball. Gash chased the ball and it's come down here and Slough had the throw. Played out here towards Dobson. Dobson plays the ball in here looking for Williams. Williams tries to turn. Wins the ball. Breaks into the box. Ball being blocked by played forward. It's going to go all the way through here to Jack Turner in the Slough goal. Just takes the ball with his feet outside the penalty area. Chips the ball down the field. Looking for Flood. Flood trying to hold the ball up. Lappin comes across to see it, but Flood gets his body in the way and shields the ball. Running towards the side-by line. Gets a cross in. It's a good cross, but it's too close to the goalkeeper. And it's an easy take by Street in the Kings Lynn goal. So now just trying to get a little bit of pressure here in these last few minutes. We've got 7 minutes of normal time plus whatever the referee adds on. Long kick by Street, headed away by Nisbet. Finds Jilks. Jilks just couldn't control it, and Lappin plays the ball forwards. Gash will chase this ball down. He's going to hold the ball up by the corner flag, and then looking for the little run in from Hawkins. He gets inside and skips past. It's a good save by Jack Turner at his near post. Back heel by Nisbet, puts the ball to Smart. Smart finds Jilks. Chased down by Gash. Gash trying to chase it down. Jilks holding off the challenge. Still goes past one. Then gets bundled off the pitch. And it's a really strange decision by the referee, because he booked George Wells for a shoulder-to-shoulder challenge about 5 minutes ago. Then Gash does exactly the same, and Slough don't even get a free kick. The attendance today, 822. And it's Blake Tracy with this throw. Looking again for Gash. Jilks heads the ball away. Williams comes across, but he can't keep the ball in. It's out for another throw to Kings Lynn. And Lappin takes the flow, trying to find Gash by the corner. He's going to keep the ball by the corner flag. Goes down looking for a free kick, but it's out of play for a throw to the Rebels. And Gash is down injured there. Hereford have got a last minute goal. So Hereford are leading Bishop Stortford 1-0. Try and give you the full time scores. We're going to be a little bit later here. We've still got 5 minutes plus whatever the referee adds on. Ball played in here from Jack Turner in towards Wells. Wells plays it in looking for Dobson. Dobson on the halfway line back towards Wells. Wells has time to just look for the ball, looking for Manny Williams down the near hand side. Jarvis slides in with a challenge. And it's out for a throw to the Rebels. Taken quickly to looking for Dobson. Dobson's ball in. It's smashed clear by Blake Tracy, and it comes here towards Nisbet. Nisbet's ball back in to find Lynch. Lynch playing really deep here for the Rebels. Ball finds Nathan Smart. Smart kind of chip the ball in for Jilks. Jilks plays it in for Flood. Flood holds the ball up here. Back in towards Nathan Smart. Smart's got a bit of space here to run into. Gets his cross in onto the edge of the box. Smashed clear by Norman. It'll go out of play for a throw to the Rebels on this near hand side on the halfway line. Slough with the pressure on at the moment. Ball here with Jack Turner. Spreads it out wide for George Wells. Wells being chased down by Parker. Ball with Dobson. Dobson crosses first time. Ball going to come in. Goalkeeper comes out and catches it on the edge of his line there. And it's ball with Street. And ball played forward. Looking for Hilliard. He's been quite quiet these last 10 minutes and wins the ball, but still gets the ball. But it's only as far as Nisbet. Nisbet's ball fleeing towards Wells. Wells plays the ball forward here looking for Flood. Flood jumps first there. Ball comes in towards Coles. Takes a touch. Finishes! It's an equaliser for Perry Coles on 87 minutes. He gets his second of the day. He scores the first. He scores after 55 seconds. He gets a second for the Rebels on 87. It's 2-2 here at Arbour Park, and Slough's pressure has finally paid off. Lovely ball forwards, flicked on by Flood. Coles' touch is great, his first touch is brilliant. Controls the ball and a streak comes out. Just side foots it into the net to give it 2-2 here at Arbour Park, and it's all to play for. 3.5 minutes plus whatever the referee had. We are going to see just how much time is added on in a second. And it's Kings Lynn here with the ball with Jarvis, playing it out on the far hand side. Slough will let the ball go out of play for a throw to the Rebels. It's going to be taken by Nathan Smart. Cross to the goalkeeper, Turner. Turner here towards Wells. Wells just drills the ball forwards, too close to the goalkeeper street. And now he's looking to get his team on the attack here with Norman down this right hand side. Overruns the ball. Great challenge by Dobson, but Norman still has the ball. Lynch goes down, and it's a free kick for Kings Lynn on the edge of the Slough box, literally on the 18-yard box. Good run there by Norman down the right hand side. And a fourth yellow card for the Rebels as Lynch gets the booking. And Lynch is the fourth player in the book here. Slough fans making some noise behind the goal. Kings Lynn fans have gone a little bit quiet here. It's a free kick that Lappin will take. And it's going to be Lappin and Norman standing over this free kick for Kings Lynn. Literally on the corner of the box. Slough with a 3-man wall at the moment. Well, they'd have to come back a good 5 or 6 yards here from the referee. And Turner just making sure that his wall's in the right position. Slough leaving 2 up for this. It's going to be Lappin, I think, to take this free kick for Kings Lynn. Takes it, goes goal, straight at the goalkeeper, Jack Turner. And Turner trying to get Slough on the attack, trying to find Coles. Friary beat to the ball by Coles. Coles turns and runs with it down this left-hand side. Just running down. Lappin comes back. Coles keeps it inside. Plays it in here towards Williams. Williams plays it behind Dobson, and now Kings Lynn on the attack here with Hawkins. It's 3 against 2 for the visitors. Hawkins running through. Great tackle. Ball comes through to Hilliard. What a tackle by Lee Togwell. That is a superb challenge. Just as Hawkins was about to shoot, Togwell with a flying kick. 4 minutes of added time to be put on here. There's a corner on the far hand side to Kings Lynn. Hilliard just gets to his feet. Sorry, it was Hilliard. He was just about to have the shot. And Togwell with a sliding tackle got the ball and poked it away. It's a corner for Lappin to take on the far hand side. Slough still leave 2 up front here. It's going to be an in-swinging corner to come in from the Kings Lynn Town number 11. Indicates where he goes. Puts the ball right at the back post. It's Gash who heads the ball. He finds a side netting. It was a good chance for Obi Rose. He just couldn't direct it. Just going to find out who the man of the match is. Perry Coles has been given the man of the match by our sponsors today, Scala. And we're into those 4 minutes of added time. 2-2 here. The ball played forward. Flood trying to get there. Flood flicks the ball on. He's adjudged to have got a free kick. It's a foul by Blake Tracy. Slough have a free kick. Dobson and Lynch standing over it. Going to leave it here for Dobson. It's 30 yards away from goal. And it's around 4 or 5 yards in from the sideline. Dobson to take this free kick for Slough. Is there a chance for a last gasp winner here? It's Dobson to take it. Hits it in low. Ball bounces to Coles. On a hat-trick, he shoots it straight at the goalkeeper. And Street tries to get his time on the attack here. Ball with Hilliard. Plays it in. It's easily played by Wells. He smashes the ball back down the field. Coles chases it for Slough. Trying to keep the ball in. He does really well to keep it in. Ball here with Blake Tracy. And the referee said it's a throw to Kings Lynn, level of the 18-yard box. And it's going to be Blake Tracy to take this throw for. Ball played in, headed away by Gilks. Comes here towards Parker. Parker plays the ball down. Nathan Smart chases it back towards Turner. Turner hits it on the volley. Not the best of clearances, but he'll go out of play. It's a throw to Kings Lynn on the far hand side. 5 yards inside the Slough half. Cameron Norman, the player that goes across to take it. Slough fans in good voice behind that goal now with that equaliser. Norman taking his time with this throw. Still hasn't taken it. Finally takes the throw to find Parker. Parker heads it across in towards and a free kick is won by Hilliard, and again a good position here for Kings Lynn. Hilliard just to have been fouled. This one's around about 20 yards away from goal. It's level with a 6-yard tramline box. There's 3 Kings Lynn players standing over this free kick. Can they get a last minute gasp winner here? It's Norman and Hawkins standing over this one. Lappin's there as well. Referee just marking out 10 yards. It's a 5-man rule here for the Rebels. So now got to be on their guard here. This could be the last chance. We're into 3 minutes of added time. This could be the last chance of the game here this afternoon. It's 3 Kings Lynn players standing over this free kick. And Gash just walks away from it, leaving it for Lappin. He's going to leave it for Norman. Norman takes it, hits it straight at the wall. Ball with Jules Wells, who hooks the ball clear. Goes out of play. It's going to be a throw to Kings Lynn. And it looks like they're in no hurry to take it on the far hand side. And the referee just telling them to hurry up with this throw. And it's Norman just being told by the referee just to go back a few yards. Takes a quick throw in. Dobson wins the ball back for Slough, but it runs off his knee and goes out of play for another throw to Kings Lynn. We're into added time here. Ball in towards Parker. Parker's challenged by Togwell. Togwell plays the ball, but it won't make no difference. It's full time here at Arbour Park. It's been an absolutely fantastic game of football between 2 very, very good sides. It's finished. Slough Town 2, Kings Lynn 2. It's been a cracking game of football and a real advert for the Southern Premier League. Slough took the lead through Perris Coles on the first minute, scored in 55 seconds. An equaliser came from Cameron King on 15. Then Cameron King with an absolute beauty on added time of the first half with a cracking 30-yarder to give Kings Lynn the lead. It stayed like that until the 86th minute when Perry Coles sneaked on the ball at the back and gave Slough the equaliser. 2-2 here at Arbour Park. It's been a fantastic game of football. And good afternoon, Mr. Hughes. How are you?
I'm okay. I was just wondering, that goal that was disallowed.
Yes. Handball.
It was a handball.
Handball was the disallowed goal.
Yeah, I knew you had seen it.
I did see it. So there you go. We'll try and find you the full-time scores from around the other games here in the Evo Stick Southern Premier League. Just a reminder, the next game for the Rebels will be on Monday evening. Monday evening it is, away to Hitchin, and then after that is a game on Wednesday against, and it's Berks and Bucks Cup on Wednesday, where Slough host MK Don. Both sets of players have gone on to their respective fans to give them each a round of applause for an absolutely cracking atmosphere here today at Arbour Park from both sets of teams and both sets of fans. It's been a cracking game and it's finished 2-2. We're going to find you those full-time scores for you this afternoon. It's finished Weymouth 1, Banbury 1. It's just come through, so I'm going to try and find that things there. And I will try and find those full-time scores for you in a second. Just very slow on the Twitter this evening. We're going to try and find that one for you. And I'm trying to find the full-time scores, I just can't find them. Today's result means that Kettering are guaranteed a playoff place. They had 4 goals scored for them by Aaron O'Connor. and still can't find the full-time scores. It finished full-time, Merthyr 4, Kings Langley 1, Banbury 1, drew 1-1 with Weymouth. I'm just trying to get a full-time score. No, not yet. And we'll see if we can find you the full-time score for you. They should be coming through now. It is 5 o'clock, so let's just bear with me for a second. Well, I do try and find those scores for you. And we're just going to see if we've got some latest scores in the 90th minute coming through. So these are the full-time scores. It's Basingstoke 2, Dunstable 0, Biggleswade 3, Stratford 1, Bishop Stortford 0, Hereford 1, Kettering 4, Hitchin 1, Merthyr 4, Kings Langley 1, St Neots 2, Redditch 1, Tiverton 1, Royston 2, which means they can't make the playoffs now, which means Slough guaranteed a playoff position here this afternoon. And it finished Weymouth 1, Banbury 1. The others haven't been confirmed as of yet. So there you go. So thank you all very much for listening, whether you're a Kings Lynn fan or a Slough Town fan. It's been a cracking game of football here this afternoon. And thanks to all of you, Darren Yates, Tequila Shark, Vinnie Ryan, Will Tuck, FED Daly, who's a Hereford fan listening in, and Mark Farmer and Ben Elpert. Thank you very much for listening in. It's finished 2-2. We wish you all the very best for the rest of the weekend. We'll be back on Monday evening, where Slough will be away to Hitchin, and we will confirm later on whether we will do the game against MK Dons, the home game. But cracking game of football, a cracking atmosphere at Arbour Park, 822. It's finished 2-2. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and thank you all very, very much as usual.